Often I want to create a project file where I insert a number of other project files. And the reason being, I want to see all the projects running at the same time and be able to print that information. For example, let me show you how to create a master project or a consolidated project. I'm going to use my project template first of all. So I'll go to File in the ribbon, and I'll go to Recent, and I'll choose my project's template. I want to name this template Master. So I'll go to the Save button on my Quick Access toolbar, and I'll go to the desktop, and I'll call this file Master, and save. I now want to insert a project into this master project. So I click under the column heading Task Name, and I go to Project in the ribbon. To the far left is an Insert Group and a Sub-Project button. If I click the Sub-Project button, I can go off to the particular project I want to insert, and in this case I want to grab the wedding. So I'll choose the wedding project. I do want to keep this ticked. I do want to link to this project, and that is if there's any changes made to this project file, because of the link they carry through to the master. So I want to keep a link between the two. Also, the Insert button has a drop down, and what I can do is insert the wedding into this project and be able to manipulate the wedding, or I can insert it as read only, so I can't make changes to the wedding via the master. Any changes would have to be done directly with this file. So I'm going to insert as read only. Immediately the wedding appears, and also in the indicators column is a little symbol that says that this is a read only inserted project. And so now I can see the wedding just by hitting the plus and OK to open the resource pool. I can now see the wedding in my master file, and I can hit the minus to collapse it. Now what I want to do under wedding is insert another project. So I click in the task name column under wedding, and on the project tab in the ribbon I click the sub-project button. And this time I want to grab my honeymoon. So I'll click my honeymoon. I do want to create a link to the project, and I want to insert it as read only. And there's my honeymoon. So now I can expand the honeymoon and see the honeymoon, and expand the wedding and see the wedding. And I can see both projects at the same time. What might be useful is in the bottom right corner of your status bar is to hit the minus just to zoom out a little so I can see both projects running at the same time. If I was to print, this would print out the Gantt for both projects on one sheet, I guess. Now the other thing to realise as well is a lot of what we did with one project can be done with the master. For example, collapsing to certain outline levels. If I go to View in the ribbon and I choose the Outline button, I might want to collapse to level 2. And here are the level 2 tasks in my wedding and the level 2 tasks in my honeymoon. And that's reflected in the Gantt as well. If I want to collapse to certain levels, I can do so in my Outline button, and I can show all subtasks as well. Another useful thing to do is to be able to filter across projects. For example, I might want to filter out those tasks that use a certain resource against both projects. So if I went to the Resource Names drop down on the column Resource Names, and I went to Unselect All, and I went to the Manager, and OK, these are the tasks the manager is working on. Now the manager has only been assigned to tasks that are in the wedding, so none of the honeymoon tasks show. But if the manager had been assigned to tasks in the honeymoon, I'd be getting a Gantt that was working off 2 projects, showing me the tasks that that particular resource was working on across 2 projects. So think about it, it's a really powerful thing. And if I go back to Resource Names and I clear the filter, I'm back to seeing both the wedding and the honeymoon. And I might go back to Outline and show all subtasks, so I see absolutely everything. Show all subtasks, or click on honeymoon and show all subtasks. Yeah. Alright, so it's easy enough to just insert project under project under project, and you would simply, if I collapse honeymoon again, collapse wedding, you simply go under honeymoon, you simply go to project and insert another sub-project, and as many projects as you like.